Okay, we got out and took our CPX3 little pistol by Sccy in 380 automatic and took it out to the range. And this video is going to be a little different than most of them. Usually when I go to the range, by the time I get towards the end and do my conclusions, there's other people shooting and you can't hear. But yesterday, me and the wife went out very early. We had the range to ourselves. It was quite silent. And I got to do my assessment as we fired the gun. That's why I'm putting these little inserts in here at the beginning and throughout the video to explain that. So if you would please watch the video to the end. Spoiler alert, I was kind of impressed with this gun, but there were some issues. So watch the video through it. I'll explain to you the different things in there. And also we got a little segment where my wife tries this out and gives her honest opinion about the gun too. Alright, so thank you guys in advance. Please hit the like button and subscribe and stay tuned. Alright, we're out here today with our Sccy CPX3 380 and we're going to get some rounds downrange. I'm going to start off with some factory ammo. PMC bronze, full metal jacket. So, let's get started. Okay, didn't hold back on the last round. And we're at 7 yards. Didn't hold back on the last round again. Alright, let me load them up again. Alright, so far we ran 2 mags down. The gun functions fine. It's not holding open on the last shot, which isn't too terrible of a malfunction. The recoil is lighter and this trigger is something you must get used to. We're going to fire some more factory ammo and take a look in terms of accuracy. Again, not holding open in the last round. Alright, let's go look at this target. Okay, while that trigger does take getting some used to, you got to pull all the way back and out, and then it's like a double action revolver. I started going all over, then I started getting a good group, and however I was aiming, I was shooting a little high, and I lowered my point of impact, got them in the bowl. So it's basically just a matter of getting used to this trigger and how this gun works. Accuracy wise, I ain't gonna complain. The reason they're all spread out is as I got used to the gun, it started drawing them closer, you know, keep repeating it, and it tightened it up. Alright. Alright, so I was going through my stuff and I found some Blazer aluminum cased ammo. I only got 8 rounds left. This has been sitting around for years. So we're going to see if this functions in the gun. And go over here to this target and see how it works. Inexpensive gun with inexpensive ammo. Yeah. Failure to hold open, but come over and check this target out. Two on center, two. Actually not too terrible. That aluminum cased ammo doesn't work well in the gun. It isn't cleaned well, but we only had one failure to eject, and the rest of that stuff went off, and that's been laying around over 10 years, so there you go. Let's get a few more down. Okay, we're going to try some commercially reloaded ammo in this mag. Held open that time. Okay, now we're going to try my reloads. Failure to eject. Failure to hold open. Okay, let's go look at the target real quick. Other than two, got them all in the 7. This at 7 yards, and this is a scaled down silhouette, so that adds to the distance. As a defense gun, self-defense gun, it's not terrible. It's not a terrible gun right out of the box. Yeah, the trigger, you got to get used to it, like shooting a double action revolver. But the accuracy, you can see consistently aiming at one point. It's fairly accurate. It's a matter of getting used to the trigger and the firearm. And so far the functioning, other than a couple hiccups, which some of it reloaded ammo and that old aluminum case ammo, I think that case ruptured. Had 2 failures to eject, and it's inconsistently not holding the slide back, which that may be able to be fixed. Alright. Okay, at this point in the video, we got through our initial testing, as you've seen. And at first, my wife, when she seen this gun, dry fired it, didn't quite like the trigger. And there is a trigger slap to this gun. Okay, when you fire it, you'll feel it in the tip of your finger. Even dry firing it, she didn't like it. But she agreed. She was in a good mood that day and said, you know what, I'll take the gun. I'll give it a shot, give my honest opinion on the target, is somebody who's not very skilled or used to firing a handgun quite frequently. You know, she goes out about maybe every other month or so, 2-3 months, and then one range session, that's it. And that's about it. She'll fire something and like it or not like it. Okay, so what I did is she said, all right, let me do this. Somebody inexperienced, we're going to fire this gun. I said, okay. So I told her, just like a double action pistol, I told her, take the time, sit there, squeeze the long trigger pull, and try to get to where your hand and the sight picture doesn't move. Just dry fire it and do it. And she did it for a little bit, and, well, here are the results. And we do discuss the trigger slap. Alright, we're going to have Mrs. Cobra give it a shot. I had her dry fire the gun several times to get used to the trigger. So didn't hold open on the last round? Okay. Take out the mag, put the other one in. Not bad though, getting used to it. Does it hurt your finger?
A little.
Alright. Well, that one held open. Held open on the last shot. Okay. And that was what reloads. So let's go take a look. Not too terrible. Started shooting low. Then you kind of got up high. And still got some in the 9. Got 3 of them in the 9, but it's more getting used to that trigger, isn't it? Yeah. It's a difficult trigger to get used to. But still, if somebody doesn't shoot a handgun a lot, you're still getting hits. For defensive purposes, you know, with some practice, it's pretty good. Okay, this little clip, what happened was we were done. I was going to wrap up the video, and I had like 6 or 8 rounds left. I said, let me try to rapid fire them. And the wife said, you know what, get it on camera and just insert it in there before you end the video. You know, put a break in there, tell them this is what I'm doing. So for all you guys, granted it was only like 6 rounds or so, but I did get to where I fired some off as quick as I could. And that's this little clip added as a bonus before I do my conclusion to this video. Alright, we're going to do a little rapid fire. This isn't a full mag, but just for the hell of it, because I know you guys like seeing this stuff. That's it. Well, it'll do it. Alright, going to do an assessment as we go. So far, it kind of consistently does not lock the slide back on the last round. But the trigger is unusual and it takes some getting used to, and there is a trigger slap with this. So the tip of your finger kind of gets sore. Even my wife noticed it. But with a little bit of practice and concentrating, like, you know, you dry fire and get used to holding the gun steady and the long trigger pull, it's not that bad. And actually, this gun is very comfortable to shoot. Okay, it doesn't have the, like the 9mm has a snappiness to it and that, you know, and after a few mags you start to feel it. This one here doesn't do that. It's quite comfortable to shoot this gun in the 380, okay, which you need to practice, so that's kind of important. So I'm going to go again with the factory ammo and see how we do. Okay, no hold back. Ah, stovepipe. But that was also on the last round. This is about it. Well, I think one thing is take the mags apart, kind of clean them and that, see if that, and maybe it's a matter of the reason it won't hold back is either that little tab down in there that hits the floor plate, either the magazine isn't coming up quick enough to trip it, or, you know, I don't know if you can bend or tweak that any. I think it has something to do with the mags, maybe taking them apart and lubing them, because I notice when I load them, you can get it where they'll rattle if you're not careful in loading the magazine. So maybe the magazines is the issue there. A little lubrication and cleaning may make that go away. But other than that, and we'll go down and look at the target. As you see, the further I go, the worse I get. My arm just... But yeah, you have to practice, and you can hit. Once you get it in there, you can do it. And so for 175 bucks, I'm going to say really functioning in that. Every round went off. I got no light strikes or anything. Of course, it is a hammer-fired gun, okay, and that end of it works. There's was 2 failures to extract and 1 stovepipe on there. Same thing, failure to extract. So 3 of them, and I'd say we got about almost 80-90 rounds through. And now it's more just shooting the gun. I ain't gonna make a video of me just firing, 500 rounds out of it. But really, not that terrible for what you paid. Okay. All right. I hope that concludes our range session. Stay tuned and thank you.